Let's start. Firstly, today we will deal about manufacture of H2SO4, king of acid. For this, main is SO3 that we obtain from metal industry, metal purifying or or metal extraction extraction industry or metal extraction industry. We will deal about this. Firstly, then we have to write what are the important things that we have to make. We have to make the well level diagram of manufacture of H2SO4. Firstly, we have one chamber. We called it as pyrite chamber. We called it as pyrite chamber. Here, firstly, the SO2 is passed. Here, firstly, the SO2 plus CO2 plus dust particles is present. Dust particles is present. Then we will move on. We have to remove all these ingredients and we have to make the SO2 clear or pure. Then for that purpose, firstly we will remove dust particles. Yes. For removing dust particles, we have to make here dust dust removing dust removing chamber. For this, we will pass on hot water. We will pass on hot water, hot H2O, H2O. From this, the dust particles are removed. Then we have to work for CO2. Yes, we have to work on CO2. And here is water vapor, hot water vapor. For that removal, we will use H2SO4. We will use here H2SO4. 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 For that purpose, we will use here H2SO4. Then next is we have to remove, now we have removed dust particles, CO2. Now we have to get the purified CO2. But here is again one ingredient what we tell S2O3, S2OC, S2O3. For this removal, we will use here FeOH. We will use here FeOH. FeOH. Yes. Now we are able to remove the S2O3 by reacting with FeOH and it settle downs. Now we will check the purity of SO2 3 test box through test box. This is the test box. Test box. Sorry, we have forgotten the process of name giving. This is dust removing chamber. This is washing tower. Washing tower. Whereas this is arsenic. We have removed arsenic, so arsenic tower. For this, you can make like this. Then we will go to a preheater. At last, at not last, at the last of purifying, we will go to a preheater. We'll move on preheater. We will move on preheater. Then after doing that, you have to join that to here. the main process. Now, the main process is we got SO2, we purified this, purified, purified. Then we have to make our main target is H2SO4. So for this, we have to react SO2 with O2 to get SO3, which is a SO3, and now SO3 we got. Now we will react SO3 with water, SO3 with water to get H2S2O7. This is, wait for a second, we will react that H2S2, H2S2. Now in this process, SO2 plus O2 we will use B2O5. B2O5, it will be difficult for naming for you, so I wrote directly B2O5, B2O5, vanadium pentaoxide. And now we will do SO3, sorry, this is the wrong process. We will make SO3 plus H2SO4 gives H2S2O7. This we call oilum. Yes, oilum. Now the we are transferring SO2 to O2. This is the purifying. This whole process is only just purifying. Now the main task is started. Now we will make the oxidizing, we will make the catalytic chamber or oxidation chamber. What? We will make the catalytic chamber and the oxidation chamber. In this we could make this like this dash dash can be made in this. In this whole process there is the reaction, there is the reaction of V2O5. Here we have SO2 plus O2 gives V2, V2O5 to SO3. Yes, we got SO3. Now we will make this SO3 too. Oh, we will make this SO3. Now we got SO3. SO3. Now it will be converted. Now it will be converted. The main process is SO3. Now we will pass H2SO4. Now we will pass, what we will pass? H2SO4. Now we will pass H2SO4. Now we will pass H2SO4. This is H2SO4. Then we will pass. The process is SO3 plus H2SO4 gives H2S2O7. For this, we say this chamber is, we say this is catalytic chamber, catalytic chamber or oxidizing chamber or oxidizing chamber. Now let's move on. This is catalytic chamber and oxidizing chamber. Now it will be transformed to H2SO4. We got from this process SO3. We got SO3 from this process, and this SO3 will be reacting with H2SO4 to form H2S2O7. Yes, H2S2O7. Now the main target is, now the last, our main target will be coming here. We will pass coilum, and in last we will pass H2O. In last we will pass H2O. Here is H2S H2 S2O7 plus H2O gives H2SO4. Gives what? Gives H2SO4. Now the whole process, by the whole process we will get 98%. We will get 98% 98% pure H2S H2SO4. 98% H2SO4. This is the whole process. I think I am able to understand. I'm able to make you understand by the whole reaction. Firstly, you have to remember that we have SO2, CO2, dust particles, and arsenic. Then one by one, you go on removing. Dust particles is removed by hot water, CO2 is removed by H2SO4, arsenic is removed by FeOH. Yes. Then we have to test. We have test box. Then we have this is preheater, preheater. Then we will the main process of manufacturing will go on. This whole process is purifying and the main process is going on here. What we did? We reacted this SO2 with O2 to give SO3, then we got SO3 in a new chamber. This chamber we can termed this chamber is we can term this chamber is absorptive 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 chamber. We can turn this chamber is absorptive chamber. Now from the absorptive chamber we passed H2S2O7 H2S2O7 to H2O and it is converted to H2SO4 which produce 98% which produce 98% pure H2SO4. This is the simple process of manufacturing and I made it very simple by many research. This is the simple way of H2 manufacture of H2SO4. If you remember the each and every concept by conceptual method, then you will be able to understand and you will be able to write in exam.